All right, so you can't see it all, but on the table, there's a ton of stuff here. I've already got my comps done, so I'll just tell you as we go through, tell you how much I paid for the item, why we picked it up, and about how much we expect to sell it for. Let's just start with this big pile of clothing. Just also get the elephant out of the room. This is Zyia Active. So I recently mentioned this in a video, and somebody said that this was an MLM sold brand, which is like multi-level marketing. Regardless of your stance on multi-level marketing, this brand does well. It is Zyia Active. We've come across quite a few of these recently. These were actually all from one thrift store. Really actually high quality feeling clothing, and their logo looks like this, kind of like a little moon shape. So they make all kinds of stuff, leggings, tops, shorts. I have a bra in here. We found like probably a cluster on a new rack that somebody had donated of barely worn Zyia Active leggings, again a bra and shorts. Some of them are camo. They have a pretty good sell-through rate. This is a brand that I was skipping on in the past, but then when I did my comps, I saw that they were doing pretty good. They had a following. So again, this is a multi-level marketing company similar to LuLaRoe. Here's how I feel about it. If it's gonna go to a landfill and we could give the clothing a second chance and you can make money off of it, why not sell it? That's our stance on it, but just throwing that out there. I had a little bit of controversy and people messaging me after the last time I mentioned this brand. If you don't care about that, if you want to save clothes from going to the landfill and you want to make some money along the way and make people happy, then I would pick up that brand, Zyia Active. I thought I would share it. It's doing well for us. I'm not going to go through all the Zyia stuff individually, but I'll let you know that we paid about $3.50 for each of those pieces, and we expect to sell them all on average for about $25, $25 to $30 depending on what they are. The camo stuff may go a little higher. Okay, some less controversial stuff. This is Junk Food, which is a pretty popular graphic t-shirt brand. I don't pick up everything in their brand, but this one was pretty on trend. Sorry, everything still needs steamed. It's been sitting here in these bins. It says don't mess with mama. It's like a mustard color. I thought it kind of went with like the country theme that everybody's liking, the don't mess with mama. And like I said, this is a pretty good brand to pick up graphic tees. So this guy I paid $2.99 for, and I expect to sell it for $25. This has been one of my favorite brands to pick up lately. It is Talbots. This is a size large petite. Larger sizes in this brand do a lot better. We have a lot of Talbots in my area, so I actually do enjoy finding it. Like, I actually get excited. So try to focus on the more like summery and spring pieces right now. This is a really nice like knee-length dress with a little cutout detail in the back, but the pattern and the colors are what did me in. I only paid $3.99 for this, and we expect to sell it for $30. And Talbots is another brand that has a really great following. This is a brand you guys might be skipping on, but has a really great sell-through rate. I know that I passed on it so many times, but I was thrifting with my sister the other day. You guys might remember her from a couple videos back where I interviewed her about her reselling journey. Her and I were thrifting, and we were like picking different areas of the thrift store. That way we could kind of have our own private sections and be able to source without running into each other. And I was at dresses at this one store, and I completely went through the section. There was a dress in this brand, and I passed on it because I thought it was nothing. Later on, she came to the end of the aisle, and she was like, have you gone through dresses already? And I said, yeah. And she said, so you don't want this? And she pulled this brand off the shelf in a dress, and I was like, oh, that's good. Then I did comps and felt very regretful, but I'm telling you guys so you don't make the same mistake. This is Allie Miles. It's kind of like a login looky artsy kind of brand. This is a size large. This is not a dress, but it is a gauzy top. Honestly, to just look at it and to look at the tag, it definitely does not look like a very high-end brand to me, but I will be on the lookout for it because really great sell-through rate. The Allie Miles, I only paid $1.99 and it should sell for $30. This is definitely a brand I feel like thrift stores don't know about. Okay, This is something that we talk about a lot. It is the brand Athleta, and to be on the lookout for Athleta pieces with the style name actually on the tag. And this is one of these pieces. So it's called Athleta Up-Tempo Jogger. These ones are size extra, extra small. Just a nice pair of jogger pants. Athleta has a really great following as well. I think it really depends on the style, but a lot of the pieces, especially the bottoms, are doing really well for us. So we paid $4.29 for these, and we're gonna turn that into $35. Kind of an interesting find. This is one I'm kind of experimenting with. So the brand is just Adidas. Most definitely not a brand I pick up anymore unless it's really special. But we've been picking up Skorts a lot lately, and they've been doing well. So when I saw this, I was like, well, I'll give it a shot. So I looked up So I looked up Adidas women's Skort. Wasn't doing too hot on the sell-through rate, but then I noticed as I was like touching it that it has padding. So this is like a bike Skort. So then I searched Adidas padded or bike Skort, and although there were not very many listed, there was a good sell-through rate. So I'm just kind of experimenting with this, and I'm going to put something like cycling and bike and padded or pads into the title. I paid $2.99 for this, and I am going to list it for $30. This is one of our favorite brands to sell. This is a Knox rose dress, size large, and it's actually new with tags. So larger size, it's a dress, and it's new with tags. Very bohemian, peasanty, tiered. I'll put all of those keywords in the listing. This is a brand that performs very well for us, especially in larger sizes and especially new with tags. So we picked this up for $5.99. I actually paid a little up for it because it was new with tags, but I am so confident in this brand now that we are willing to pay up for it at a regular thrift store. So I paid $5.99. I expect to sell it somewhere between $25 and $30. This is definitely one that also, it really matters the size. It's Logo by Laurie Goldstein. I used to pick this up all the time regardless of size, but now it's really the larger sizes that do well. This is a 2X, so plus size, and it is a tunic top, kind of crazy colors that should help it to sell as well. Their tunics are kind of what they're known for. I paid $4.29 and we're gonna sell it for $25. All right, this is one of my favorite all-time brands to pick up in the men's department in the denim section. It is BKE. These are the Tyler straight leg. Nice modern style jeans. One way you can kind of look for them is by focusing on the thick stitching on the side. That's usually a good indicator that it's a more modern brand and one worth looking into. We paid $6.99 for these, and we're going to list them for $30. Okay, this next one is a brand we don't pick up often, but when we do, it's usually linen. It is CNC California, and as you can see, it is 100% linen. This is a multicolored dress. Midi length. Midi is really popular right now. It's very beachy too. It has like these wooden or like coconut buttons. And we paid $3.99 for this, and we're gonna list it for about $30. Let's switch into some shoes and then we'll jump back into the clothing. Surprisingly, I found this brand twice at this thrift store. It is the brand Oncloud. Now, a lot of resellers and thrift stores skip pricing this brand up or picking it up because they don't know what it is, because all you see is this logo right here. It's like ON, and there's really nothing on the inside to tell you like what to search, but I'm telling you, these are Onclouds. Very high sell-through rate. They do really well. I'm honestly not sure what I'm going to price these for yet because I don't know the specific style name on these, and I don't see a style number. So I'm going to just do a little bit more research. Maybe this is it. Helion? I don't know, but either way, very high sell-through rate, and what I saw going pre-owned, I think was going for like 50, 60 bucks. Then when I was at checkout, I saw this box for sale, and I was like, what the heck? New in box women's Oncloud shoes. These have never been worn. They're really nice. Up a little bit for these. I paid $25 for these, but the ones that I saw in this particular style were going new in box for about $125, so that's probably what I'll list mine for. Love it when I can find something new in box. And again, I think that like people just didn't know what this meant. So if you see this, it is Oncloud, Onclud, and that's how you can search it. This is a Travis Matthew polo shirt. You guys probably recognize this by now. We have it in pretty much every haul, every what sold video. It is a very tried and true brand for us. We like picking up the polos and the shorts in this brand. This is just a pretty plain black with a collar block collar polo. Size large, so that should help to sell it as well. We paid $2.99 and it should sell for $25. We'll pretty much list all of the Travis Matthew polos at $25. Unless they have like a really cool print or they're a larger size, then we might list it closer to $30. Okay, this one we picked up strictly for style. This is just the brand INC size 4P, but it is 100% silk. And I thought that this was one that I could classify as Y2K. I've been selling a lot of silk tops like this, and I'll include Y2K in the title, and it does pretty well. So I'll probably list this one for somewhere between $25 to $30, but obviously silk helps to up the value. Brand didn't really matter to me, and I liked the color scheme. This is BKE jeans again. These are the Fulton men's jeans in this brand. BKE, Fulton. And again, very modern looking. They have that thick stitching look to them, so that's one way you can look if you're like running through the thrift store. We paid $6.99 for these and expect to sell them for about $35. These are just a couple pair of Nike Pro shorts. Don't typically pick up Nike shorts anymore, and if we do, it's definitely always the men's. So these are just men's dry fit. These are a size large, and they're like practically brand new. They brought the Nike Pro on the back. The Pro lines to me does a little bit better than other stuff. You can tell that they're very modern, and they're really nice colors too. These ones we paid $4.99 for each, and we expect to sell them each for $25. And if you didn't know, on Nike, on the inside of the tag, there's a style number. You can find out the exact style name, do your comp in the thrift store for that style, see if there is a market for it, and if it's worth picking up before you actually purchase it. It's a couple extra seconds, but it is worth it. Okay, this is a brand I hadn't really heard of before. It is Laurie Felt. And these are a size 1X, and they're called the Silky Patch Pocket Baby Bell Shorts. Now, I didn't know much about Laurie Felt, but from what I could tell, there's a pretty good following for this brand in denim shorts. I paid $3.69 for it, and I'm going to sell it for probably about $25, maybe a little bit less than that, but it seemed like it had a really good following. Of Everlane men's jeans. I have a really hard time leaving Everlane behind in anything because it's just so high quality, and it does retail for a lot. In particular, the men's jeans and most brands do better, so that's why we got these. These are also a larger size, but they're very high quality. You can tell they're very well made. These are the slim jeans, size 40 by 32. We paid only $4.99 for them, and we are going to list them for $40. A Lilly Pulitzer dress. Definitely a brand to be on the lookout for in pretty much everything, but especially their dresses and their multicolored stuff. This is a size 0, so it's a little bit smaller, but I still liked the white and eyelet details. Very like beachy bohemian. Totally see somebody wearing this on vacation. Now, I have not looked up the style number for this, so I don't see a style number. I don't know if there was another tag and it was missing or what, but I'll just do comps based on this, and I will pop a comp here on the screen. I'll probably search something like Lilly Pulitzer sleeveless embroidered dress, go from there, and then select the color white. I paid $5.99 for this. I'm guessing it'll probably go for at least $35. This is another great brand that is very similar to the one I just showed you, Lilly Pulitzer. It's called McLaughlin, also known for their like bright multicolor dresses and wacky patterns. This is a size small, and it is just a little sheath dress. It's got some like ruching detail here. Very flattering fit. And let's see here, $5.99 for this one, and we expect to sell it for $50. This is also one that you can look up the style name on pretty easily. And if you don't have a style number, you can also try Google Lens. That's been a really useful tool for us. Okay, and lastly, I'm going to end on a bang, and also one that I'm kind of taking a chance on, not gonna lie. So I paid $3.99 for this. This is a skirt, and it is by the brand Diane Freis, which is a designer. I'm sorry about my nails. I just know someone's gonna be in the comments, your nails. Painted them like a couple days ago. They're already chipped. Seems like the skirt is called Georgette, but if you look up these skirts, they do seem to have a following. They appear to be vintage, and they are very wacky, like very. So this is kind of like a knee to midi length skirt. Very cool, like ruffle detail and multicolor print. So I don't know anymore. I've got to do a little bit of research, but I can tell you that that designer was performing very well, and a lot of that stuff was selling for hundreds of dollars. So I'm gonna do some more research into this, but I also just really like the print and thought it was really unique, which is what drew me to it in the first place. All right, you guys, so that's it for today's thrift haul. I hope that you enjoyed watching. Hope you enjoyed learning about some new brands. If you haven't heard of any of those, drop in the comments down below. Definitely some of those I hadn't heard of before. I've been coming across a lot of brands that I'm just now learning about, but I'm happy to always be learning. If you like this kind of content, don't forget to give me a thumbs up on your way out. And if you'd like to be notified next time I post a thrift haul, make sure and subscribe down below. Hit that notification bell, and YouTube will notify you next time I post a thrift haul. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.